You've been scrolling Pinterest and TikTok for hours, saving crochet project after crochet project, and your saved folder is basically a graveyard of things you'll start next week. I get it. But what if I told you that the projects everyone is saving right now are actually not that hard to make, and some of them you could realistically finish in a weekend? Because there's something going on in the crochet world right now. Certain projects are blowing up everywhere, not just on Pinterest, but on TikTok, Instagram, YouTube, Etsy, everywhere. And it's not random. There's a reason these specific things are going viral. And once you see them, you're going to want to pick up your hook right now. So in this video, I'm going to walk you through the crochet ideas that are absolutely everywhere right now. The ones people can't stop saving. Some of them are cute, some of them are actually useful, and one of them is so simple that beginners are making it and selling it for money. Stay with me because we're getting into all of it. Let's start with the one that's taken over my feed completely, the Crochet Bucket Hat. I know what you're thinking. Hats? Aren't those hard? Not this one. The bucket hat has made such a comeback in fashion that people are crocheting them in every color, every yarn texture, every size. And the reason it's going so viral is because it looks really impressive, but it's actually made with a pretty straightforward pattern. You're working in rounds, you're doing some basic increases, and honestly, once you make one, you'll want to make 5 more because they're just that satisfying. People are making these with chunky yarn for a more casual look, with cotton yarn for something cleaner, and with variegated yarn that changes color as you go, so every row looks different. That last version is the one I keep seeing saved over and over again, because the colors just do all the work for you, and the finished hat looks so good without you even trying. If you've never made a hat before, this is genuinely a good starting point. Just look for a beginner bucket hat pattern on YouTube or Ravelry, and you'll find tons of free options. The key is getting your gauge right before you start, so it actually fits your head properly. A lot of people skip that step and then wonder why their hat is the size of a dinner plate. Okay, moving on. The next thing that is absolutely everywhere right now is the Crochet Market Bag. And this one makes so much sense because people are trying to be more eco-friendly. They're bringing their own bags to the grocery store, and a handmade crochet bag is just way cooler than a plastic tote you got for free at some event. These bags are going viral because they look really boho and cute. They're actually useful, and they're one of the easier beginner-friendly projects you can make. The classic style is made with a simple mesh stitch or a basic chain space pattern, so the bag has holes in it. That's what gives it that market bag look. You can make one with cotton yarn or jute yarn if you want it to be more rustic, and the size is completely up to you. Some people make tiny ones just for carrying a few things, and some people make huge ones that fit a full grocery haul. What makes this extra exciting right now is that people are customizing them with colorful stripes, using 2 or 3 colors, adding tassels at the bottom, or even attaching a small crochet flower to the side. The personalization aspect of this is a huge part of why these are getting so many saves. Nobody wants the same thing as everyone else, and crochet gives you that option. Now, here's the one I mentioned earlier that beginners are actually selling, the Crochet Scrunchie. I know. A scrunchie sounds so small and simple that you might be rolling your eyes. But hear me out. These things are selling on Etsy right now for anywhere between $3 to $10 each. People are buying them in sets, and they take maybe 30 minutes to make once you've done a few. If you're someone who wants to eventually sell your crochet work, this is one of the lowest effort, highest reward things you can start with. The pattern is genuinely beginner-friendly. You're working around a hair tie, doing simple single crochets or half double crochets, and the scrunchie just comes together really fast. The ones going viral right now are the extra fluffy ones made with a loopy or textured yarn, and the ones made with a soft pastel cotton that look really clean and aesthetic. People are also making them with chunky ribbon yarn for that more expensive-looking finish. And because they're small and quick, you can make a bunch of them in one sitting while watching a show. I've seen people make a set of 5 or 6 in a few hours. That's a real product you can sell without spending a ton of money on materials. Let's talk about something a little more time-consuming but absolutely worth it, the Crochet Cardigan. This one has been blowing up for over a year now, and it is still going strong. People are not over it. The oversized crochet cardigan specifically is having a moment that doesn't seem to be ending anytime soon.
It shows up constantly on fashion TikToks, it's all over Pinterest boards, and people are making them in every color from off-white to deep burgundy to sage green. The appeal is obvious. It's wearable, it's cozy, it's a statement piece. When you wear something you made with your own hands, it's a whole different feeling than wearing something from a store. And the crochet cardigan is one of those items that people actually stop and ask about. They want to know where you got it, and when you say you made it, the reaction is always amazing. These are more of an intermediate project, so if you're a total beginner, maybe bookmark this one for a little later. But if you've got a few projects under your belt and you're ready for something bigger, the cardigan is so worth it. Look for granny square cardigans, which are a really popular version right now. You make a bunch of granny squares and sew them together, so it's actually broken up into smaller, more manageable pieces instead of one giant project. Another one that's been all over the place is the mini crochet bag, specifically the little purse or the little coin pouch. The aesthetic of a super small, cute crochet bag that you can barely fit your phone into has been everywhere on social media. People are making little barrel bags, little box purses, and itty-bitty pouches with a zipper or a button closure. They're cute, they're trendy, and they make incredible gifts. The reason these are going so viral is the aesthetic factor. They photograph really well. They look adorable hanging off a larger bag or sitting on a shelf. And making something tiny is actually kind of satisfying in a different way than making something big, because it comes together so fast and the details feel really precise and intentional. You can make these with a small hook and thin cotton yarn for a really clean finish, or you can use a standard hook with regular yarn for a chunkier, more casual look. Adding a small clasp or a tiny handle takes it to the next level. These are also really popular to sell because the material cost is so low, and people love gifting them. And okay, I have to talk about the crochet plant hanger, because this one is doing numbers right now, and it deserves way more credit than it gets. Everyone has plants. Everyone wants their plants to look cute. And a handmade crochet plant hanger is one of those things that transforms a plain corner of your room into something that looks designed and intentional. These are made with macrame-style cords or thick cotton rope, and the pattern is usually pretty open and simple, lots of chains and basic stitches to create a net that holds the pot. You can make one in an afternoon and hang it by a window, and honestly, your room will look 10 times better. People are making these in natural beige tones, in dusty pinks, in deep greens, and they look so good in photos, which is a big part of why they keep circulating on social media. If you want something that's both a crochet project and a home decor piece that you'll actually use every day, the plant hanger is it. Now, I have to bring up something that ties all of these together, because there's a reason these specific projects are the ones going viral, and it's not just because they look good. The things that spread the most on social media right now are things that feel personal and handmade in a world that's become very mass-produced. People are genuinely craving things that look like a real human made them with care and time. Crochet does that better than almost anything else. When you post a photo of something you made, whether it's a hat or a bag or a cardigan, people feel that. They want it, they save it, they share it, and a lot of the time they want to learn how to make it themselves. So if you've been thinking about sharing your crochet work online, now is actually a really good time because the audience for this content is huge and it keeps growing. The best part about all the projects I've mentioned today is that they're not just trendy right now, they have a staying power because they're useful, they're wearable or functional, and they're genuinely beautiful. These aren't things that'll be embarrassing to have made in 2 years. They're the kind of projects that your friends will ask to borrow and that you'll be proud to say you made yourself. So if you're sitting there trying to figure out what to make next, pick one of these. Start with whatever feels most exciting to you right now, whether it's the quick and easy scrunchie, the satisfying bucket hat, the impressive cardigan, or the adorable mini bag. All of them are worth your time, and all of them are going to look great when you're done. If you want to see more crochet ideas like these, subscribe so you don't miss the next one.